now I would like to talk about ISO. Out of the exposure triangle is probably the easiest one to get down because it is fundamentally a little bit easier to get the concept of it. The higher your ISO, it makes your light more sensitive to light coming in, thus making images brighter. The lower your ISO, the less sensitive your camera will be to record light coming in, and it would be darker. Pretty easy compared to the other ones. The higher your ISO, the brighter it is. The lower your ISO, darker it is. We're gonna look at some examples of it in effect. We have a ISO right here of 100, and only changing the ISO to 200, you can see it almost got twice as bright. Then at 320, even brighter, and 400, we're overexposed now, and it got even brighter. Pretty simple, very straightforward. Higher ISO, the more you're gonna start to see the brightness go up. Now, it's important to remember with ISO, there is a secondary effect, like with shutter and with aperture. Effect that may be unwanted at certain points is the higher ISO, you may see noisiness and graininess in your image. With the current technology in cameras, this is not something very prevalent that you need to be super concerned about. If your exposure is pretty good and they have post-production things and even in-camera noise reduction features now, so don't feel pressured to always have the lowest ISO. I personally shoot at fairly high ISOs whenever I feel like it, whenever I deem it necessary. Some people will sacrifice many things just to have a low ISO, and it is not important. I sometimes take images at 8,000, 10,000 ISO, and my clients are very happy. So don't be afraid of ISO, because we have tons of noise reduction already built into our cameras that don't pick up noise as quickly and as fast, especially for photography. Video is a little bit different, and post-production, or even now have AI post-productions on videos that can significantly reduce ISO issues with noise and grain that you would see before. So don't worry about that very much. If you see it come up, that's why you're seeing it. Your lighting was so underexposed just by the light coming in, and just using ISO alone made it grainy. So you'd of course be utilizing different settings to mitigate not having noise in your image. But for ISO, pretty straightforward. The lower it is, the darker your image, the brighter it is, the brighter your image. And of course, you're gonna get that noise if it is too high for your image. And it's gonna vary. The image quality of light at the time is really gonna depend on when you're gonna start seeing that noise in your image. And that's it for ISO.